The Allies were winning the war. Then their armies ran out of fuel, not because of German fire, but because their own convoys were killing them. And the solution didn't come from a general. It came from a truck driver everyone ignored. The Allied breakout in France was moving faster than anyone had planned. Entire armies surged forward, tanks rolling day and night, infantry pushing deep into enemy territory. And then, everything began to stop. Not because of German resistance, because the fuel stopped arriving. Every tank burned fuel at an insane rate. Every division needed hundreds of tons of supplies every single day. Ammunition, food, medical gear, spare parts. But the ports couldn't keep up, and every mile forward stretched supply lines thinner. Soon, frontline units reported the unthinkable. Tanks immobilized, artillery rationed, advances halted by empty fuel tanks. Inside headquarters, the numbers didn't work. Nearly a quarter of all supplies were being lost before reaching the front. Not destroyed in battle, lost in accidents, lost in air attacks, lost because the system itself was broken. Officers insisted the answer was discipline and order, large convoys moving together for safety. But on the roads of France, those convoys were becoming death traps. When enemy aircraft appeared, the entire line stopped. Trucks boxed in, nowhere to maneuver. One attack meant multiple vehicles lost. One man saw the pattern clearly. Technical Sergeant Raymond Kowalski wasn't a strategist or an officer. He was a truck driver, 15 years behind the wheel before the war, watching convoy after convoy burn. Then he noticed something strange. Trucks that left alone, or in pairs, kept arriving safely. They didn't cluster. They didn't wait. They didn't create targets worth attacking. Kowalski started writing it down. Convoys suffered massive losses. Independent trucks almost none. To the enemy, a convoy was one perfect target. Scattered trucks were unpredictable and inefficient to hunt. So Kowalski suggested abandoning convoys entirely. The response was harsh. He was told he was just a truck driver. His proposal was called reckless. Officers warned he'd get men killed. Even fellow drivers mocked him. But the numbers didn't lie. As the crisis worsened and entire armies stalled, a senior commander finally read the data instead of dismissing the rank. Kowalski was given one chance. 20 trucks, 1 week. His method: no waiting, no mass departures. Each truck left the moment it was loaded. Different times, different spacing. Drivers moved at safe, practical speeds instead of rigid formations. Observers expected disaster. What they got was a breakthrough. Every truck arrived. No air attacks, no pileups. Losses collapsed. Delivery speed increased. Day after day, the results held. Within weeks, thousands of trucks abandoned convoy doctrine. Supplies surged forward. Armies moved again. The enemy lost the ability to predict or profitably attack logistics. German reports admitted it openly. We can't target what we can't predict. A single sergeant's idea had forced the enemy to give up the logistics fight. The war didn't turn because of a new weapon. It turned because someone understood his job better than the system above him. After the war, Kowalski went home quietly. No fame, no speeches, just a medal in a drawer. But his idea lived on. Modern military logistics still follow the same principle. So does civilian shipping. So does global commerce. Because one truth never changed. Bunching creates vulnerability. Spacing creates resilience. And sometimes, the smartest solution doesn't come from the top. It comes from the person actually doing the work.